Thank you very much for watching Master Jason 风水 Channel。昨天呢，在印度就有一个非常让人心痛的新闻，就是说有一架飞机在它起飞的几分钟之后呢，就爆炸了。然后呢，全部在上面的人呢，差不多230个这个乘客呢，还有12个这个 crew members 啊，全部都死了，总共有269个人死了。所以这个是一个我们所说的 aviation industry 里面一个最惨痛的一个意外啊，也是我们所说的就是说 is one of the deadliest commercial aviation disaster since the dawning of Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 in 2014. So for those people who didn't watch the news, I will share with you what actually happened yesterday. This Air India Flight 171 was scheduled. All right, I will enlarge a little bit so that you will be able to read it more clearly. Was scheduled international passenger flight operated by Air India from Ahmedabad Airport in India to London on the 12th of June 2025, which was yesterday, at exactly 1:38 p.m. And Boeing 787 Dreamliner operating the flights crashed approximately 30 seconds after takeoff. Yeah, it was 30 seconds, not a few minutes. Yeah, so it was a very quick occurrence right after takeoff, 30 seconds, and it crashed. Crashed into hostel block of BJ Medical College in the Mahalingnagar neighborhood of Ahmedabad. The aircraft was carrying 230 passengers and 12 crew members, with at least 269 people dead, including 241 people on the flight and at least 28 people on the ground. So it was a tragic that has brought multiple casualties and a single passenger surviving the accident. All right. So Air India Flight 171 is the deadliest commercial aviation disaster since the dawning of Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 in 2014. This accident is the first fatal crash and involving this Boeing 787. Yeah. So I believe most of you have already read this news online, and even a lot of news. On the television are broadcasting the events that surrounding this plane crash. 可是呢，我们从那个悬空飞行里面呢，我们怎么能够看得到？为什么呢？刚刚好就在昨天的时候嘛，会有这么大的一个意外发生呢？那我今天就会跟大家一一讲解。那我们呢，首先呢就要知道呢，今年的九宫飞星是什么样的啊？I will try to explain why this event has taken place from Xuan Kong Flying Stars perspective. And of course, I will also touch on 八字. But first of all, let's familiarize ourselves with the sequence for the year 2025. So in the year 2025, I will draw out the compass first. The top here is representing the south. The bottom here is representing the north. And of course, this will be our east and this will be our west. So in the year 2025, our Xuan Kong Flying Star is such that we have this northeast having the number 5, Wu Wang Xing, the 5 yellow star is always a negative star, having 2 at the center. So I will quickly write down the rest of the star. I often mention in terms of whenever we see the house for Feng Shui audit, the number 5 star and number 2 stars are the most inauspicious star. And why this this airplane crash has taken place yesterday, it was really because we are in the month of the Ren Wu. All right, this is the year of the Yi Shi. I will write it down. And this month is Ren Wu. And when we look at the flying star sequence, the number 2 star is exactly at the south. As I mentioned, the top is the south. And all right, I will also write down the rest of the stars. So we can see that South is having the number 2 star. 这个是我们的二黑星啊。二黑星呢，在我们玄空飞星里面，永远都是代表灾难的、灾祸的。然后呢，一些不开心的事情啊，甚至生病啊、是非啊、突发性的也有灾祸啊、意外啊等等这些事情，都是常常发生的。那我们也看一下昨天的飞星盘是什么样。In terms of yesterday, the flying star sequence of the 人子 day is exactly the same, having the number 2 star at the south, right? So I will also write down the rest of the stars so that you will be able to look at it in a proper manner. 那我们能够看得到呢，二黑是重叠的啊。This number 2 star actually occurring 2 times at the south yesterday, right? Which is the 12th of June, 2025. The 2 black unit star occurring 2 times at the south yesterday. 所以这种会不会带来灾祸呢？我们中国永远都当作自己是一个 Middle Kingdom 嘛。那在中国的南方的地方就是在哪里？就是在好像一些印度啊，这些国家啊，比较是在中国的南方。India is actually towards the southern direction. If we are to look at it from China, right? China considering itself as the Middle Kingdom, the south is often areas such as India. So definitely yesterday, which is 12th of June, having the 2 times of the number 2 star, the 2 black star at the south, would very likely bring about disasters at countries like India. 那我们在玄空飞星里面呢，这个两个二黑星重叠呢，就是我们灾祸的一个所说的，通常对灾祸发生的时候，会见到这种情况哈。所以我们也是能够了解吧。今年是我们的乙巳年，然后呢，这个月就是壬午年啊，对不起，壬午日嘛。然后呢，昨天就是这个壬子啊，子午也是相冲然后呢，这个意外发生的时间是什么时间 ？If we are to look at the time that this accident has taken place, it was at the hour of 1:38 p.m. at this place called Ahmedabad. And if we are to translate this to solar time, 好，我们其实呢，所有的时间嘛，我们算八字的时候都需要调整去它的那个我们叫做正太阳时间。So if we are to look at the solar time at this place called Ahmedabad, the solar time as according to I actually use AI app to check on the solar time. The solar time of this Ahmedabad airport on 12th June 2025 at exactly 1:38 p.m. local time, India Standard Time UTC plus 5:30 is approximately 12:58 30 p.m. and that is within the hour of Wu. So I will write this down. The solar time is actually within the hour of Wu. 12:58 p.m. And we are to consider this as the solar time, right? If we are to take this as the solar time, then we can observe that it is likewise of what kind of hour? It is likewise of the Wu hour. And when we observe that, there are various kind of clashes, right? Yesterday at this Wu hour, what is the heavenly stamps? It is Bing Wu. If we are to look at it from the lunar calendar perspective, and given that it occurred in this Wu hour, we have been clashing with Ren 2 times. Additionally, we also have this Wu clashing with Zhi, and this Wu clashing with Zhi. So we can see, right, the whole Bazi chart is all having clashing relationship. Yesterday at this Wu hour from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. 5 hour solar time。所以这个就是我们常常大意外会发生的一个情况啊。其实呢，之前也是有说过一句话，就是说呢，天战由自可，地战即有火嘛。这个是天也战，地也战呢。This kind of 八字 chart is very obviously seeing battles at the heavenly steps of being clashing with this double 人 water and this 武 earth clashing with double of the子 clashing with 武 2 times also. It is an obvious sign of great disaster, and it is already shown within the Baozi chart. And together, if we are to observe it with the Xuan Kong Flying Star chart, having the number 2 star, which is a disaster star at the south of China, right, to be exact. 所以这种呢，就是我们常所说的会发生的大问题，我们就说天灾人祸啊。这种呢，尤其是你看天干又相冲，地支又相冲，都是一种常常都是天空那种飞机撞爆炸它不是撞它是可能是一些 technical issue 爆炸，可是到最后它是掉下来撞到地上的那个 coastal 所以地上跟天上跟地上同时都有一个相冲的情况，也是在八字里面显示到出来所以这八字跟玄空飞星呢同时一起看，其实我们是可以让我们能够很准确判断一些意外的发生所以呢Crow 10 thank you very much for watching and Yvonne also 所以呢其实呢最重要就是说呢，我们下几个月嘛也会不会有这种很大的灾祸呢我们就一起来探讨好不好So I mean the accident has already taken place. It is a tragic. My deepest condolences to the families who have lost their loved ones, and also hopefully all the people who were affected by this very sad incident will be able to move on and resume their normal living as soon as possible. But the most important question is looking ahead, what are the months that are especially dangerous? 所以我们再继续呢，用这个悬空飞行的角度来看一下，下几个月什么方向就比较危险的那我就直接告诉你们我们呢这个下个月了就是我们的癸尾月。癸尾月我们的飞星是什么样呢我就直接告诉你们那还是画那个 compass 线上面是南方，下面是北方的然后呢或者用另外一个颜色比较清楚好不好？好，就上面是南方，下面是北方，然后呢我们的这边是西方，左边是 east 所以这个是我们的 compass 了那我们的癸尾月in terms of our next month, which is near to July, it is having number 1 star at the south, the number 2 star at the north. So north is the problematic area in the month of July. Should you actually travel to the north, I will leave it up to you, but we see that the north is actually having the number 2 black star residing at the north. And then 5 is actually at the southeast. So I will say, to simply put, right, southeast and the north of the globe, or actually we have to measure at taking China as the middle kingdom. So north towards the north of China will be like places like Russia. So will the military conflict in Russia escalate? It probably will. And southeast of the globe, if we are to measure it from China, southeast is more towards Indonesia. So Indonesia, would it see earthquake or any kind of very great natural disasters like tsunami? Is very possible. So let me write it down and highlight it, especially for all my viewers, especially for those who are planning to travel. Southeast is very much like Indonesia. As measured from China, Thailand, Myanmar, Vietnam, all these places. But of course, I will, just give you a brief example because Indonesia is one of the largest country in Southeast Asia. So I will say in Indonesia will stand a high chance of experiencing major disaster in the month of July. And another country that is likely to see a lot of problems is towards the north. Of course, you can also, if we are to look at the what we call, if we are to divide the globe into two halves, right? Anywhere that is above at the upper part of the globe, places like China, places like Russia, even like near, can I say near to Japan and Korea and Taiwan. To be honest, all these are still considered the northern part of the globe because it is at the upper part of the globe. So yes, all these areas will still be prone to disasters. And if you look at some of the online memes, a lot of people are saying July will see earthquakes in Japan. Will that be possible? There is a possibility. Or even that area like near to the Philippines, Taiwan, all this area would also be prone to disaster. All right. So I will also quickly write down the rest of the numbers just for your reference. Yeah. But today's topic will be more focused on the disasters that are likely to take place in the year 2025. Right. So the next month, we are having the Jia Shen. In the month of Jia Shen, what areas are likely to see major disaster? So the number 2 star will be at the, okay, this is right, just for those people who are not familiar with directions. This is the top is the south, the bottom is the north, and then this is the east, and this is the west. So southwest will see more problems, right? In the month of August we'll see southwest having more problems. Southwest is more towards Africa, this kind of area, or even like more towards the Middle East. Will they see military conflicts in the Middle East possible? And the month of August, 5 is at the center. So China will also see some great disasters occurring in the month of August. So for the rest, I will just write it down for your reference. But we'll focus on the problematic areas. Yeah. And of course, this is the month of August, more towards August. Yeah. For the exact date, you have to look at the lunar calendar. So I will not go into it. You guys can check it online. And for the next month, which is Yi You, the month of Yi You is having the 2 at the, this is the, right. So right now the direction again. This is the, this is the east and this is the west. So the east will have the number 2 star in the month of September, right? This is September. And the 5 will be at this northwest. So northwest is very much like still the same. Ukraine, Russia, Ukraine, right? Particular European countries will see great disasters, and also more towards the west. West is is more towards the east, so America, places like America, Canada. There will be major issue occurring in these aforementioned countries. But of course, you still have to look at the direction. East can also means like places like towards the, from as mentioned, from China. East is countries even like Philippines. All these countries will also be prone to problems. Okay, so so when we look at October, which is Bing Xu, we are seeing number 2 at the, this is okay. So this is at the southeast. So it's still places like Indonesia, Malaysia, towards the southeast of the globe is more problematic in the month of October. Another one is towards the west. So something could be quite wrong in these western regions. Is more towards like the west of China. So you guys can gauge out by looking at the map. These 2 areas are the west and the southeast. And November, when we to look at November, which is a month of Ding Hai, China again will likely to experience problems, and another area that is prone to problems is more towards the northeast. and a particularly very dangerous month, especially November is a very dangerous month for the northeast, because this year 2025, as earlier mentioned, our flying star sequence is also having number 5 at the northeast, and the month of November likewise having northeast as the number 5 star. That is overlapping, negative star overlapping. So usually this kind of negative star overlapping will see great disaster. So northeast is really towards Japan, Taiwan, Korea. So November will see great disaster in this area, including, the whole stretch that is at the northeast of China. So very strong warning for all who are planning to travel in the month of November. Try to avoid northeast. It will be heavily, disaster prone. It is likely to create a lot of problems. In fact, right, the two also is overlapping. So I may actually imagine a situation whereby military conflict will escalate between Taiwan and China after November 2025。就是说呢，这个我要很小心说，因为这个月份真的比较是说，凶星都是全部 overlap 的啊。这个11月，我们的11月，那个2号的这个2黑星嘛，在中宫也是有一个重叠，在东北的这个5号的这个五王星也是有一个重叠，所以呢，这个年份2055年的11月，会不会是中国跟台湾开始打仗的时候呢？又或者是不是那个月在日本啊、台湾啊这些地方有大地震？非常的有可能。总之说11月啊，今年2025年11月，这个东北方跟中国都会有非常大的灾难。我们要就是说不能够掉以轻心啦，就是说要很小心啦。我们也尽量避免去这些地方会比较好啊。To repeat myself in English because it's very important message. The month of November will see the overlapping of the negative star, the 2 black and the 5 yellow. 2 black is at the center area, which represents China, and 5 actually represents the northeast. These two areas have the negative stars overlapping, so it is a very dangerous one, especially in China and also towards the northeast of the globe. Places like Taiwan, Japan, Korea will see great disasters or military operations. So try to avoid going to these places in the month of November, right? 好了，那最后一个月了啊，我只说到12月了啊，因为如果全部都说了啊，我就没有时间。那最后一个就是我们的木子月 ，The last month is the 木子 ，which is December 2025。那这个月呢，我们的5号的星是在我们的南方的，然后2号的星是在我们的OK。我就再写出来，这个是 South， 这个是 North， 这边是 West， 这边是 East， 所以是在我们的 Northwest 跟 South 啦比较多问题啊。可是因为其他的月份嘛，都没有很大的，就是没有这种 overlapping 啊。So to repeat myself once again, right? What are the months that we'll see overlapping of negative stars, which will usually indicate very negative turns of events? The month of exactly this okay, in fact, right, June didn't see an overlapping of negative star, but it is seeing an overlapping of negative star between the month and the day. All right, so let me repeat myself in Chinese. 昨天6月12号啊，我们就回去刚才的这个飞机大爆炸啊，这个时间啊。那这个月份呢，其实没有跟流年的这个飞星有一个重叠，可是它是在跟昨天壬子日这一天有一个重叠啊，两个2号的星都在南方，所以在印度发生的这个飞机大爆炸，那刚才也是有说过啦，也是跟这个八字有关系，因为天战、地战全部都有见到啊，天战柔如壳，地战就是急如火，可是这个天战、地战都有。Both heavenly stems clashing with each other, one another, and earth branches clashing with one another. Both the heavenly stems and earthly branches are in a very chaotic state. So it is a day of great disaster, coupled with the overlapping of the negativity, Xuan Kong Flying Star of the number 2 at the south. So India has an air crash. That's why it's also shown within the Xuan Kong Flying Star and the Bazi of yesterday at the 12 p.m. Plus solar time. But in the next few months, right, I will say most of the months do not see major overlap. But if you plan to travel, what I'm trying to emphasize right now is that if you plan to travel, look at the flying star of that particular month and also the day you are flying. If you are flying to a particular direction that is seeing overlapping of negative stars in the Xuan Kong Flying Star chart, then it may bring about problems to your life. 就是说，如果呢你飞的那一天，你需要看一下流月的那个悬空飞行盘跟那个流日的那个悬空飞行盘有没有同时在某一个方向有一个凶星重叠的一个状况？如果有的话呢，也是刚刚好你飞机飞去的那个方向呢，那你通常都会遇到问题啦。所以你怎么样去 plan 你的那个 schedule 呢？你真的要好好去看你的悬空 flying star chart 好不好？好，这个是我们叫做要小心了啊，因为这种其实都会有生命危险的啊。所以呢，可是还是说那句了哈，我们下几个月最危险的月份其实还是在这个11月啦。坦白说 ，the most dangerous month, looking ahead is in the month of November 2025. So we must really be cautious. And if we are to look at the month of 2025, the heavenly stems and earth branch of the month pillar is also bringing about a kind of very great imbalance. Yeah, if we are to look at the month of November 2025. Okay, this year is 2025 is of the 仪式 right? And the month of November 就是11月了哈，我们的月份就是一个定害的一个我们叫做天干地支啊，这个四害就是相冲的啊。In terms of the earth branches of the year 2025 and the month November of the high earth branch is also having a clashing relationship. So November will be a very kind of bad month, totally negative kind of month. It will see some kind of disaster that will bring about a lot of life loss, especially towards the northeast of the globe and likely in China also, right? So we guys have to, we have to be very careful in how we plan our itinerary. OK， 好了，那今天就是说，希望大家能够了解啦，就是说我们八字跟玄空飞星，其实里面都有给我们很多一些秘密啊，就是说我们懂不懂怎么看而已。好，大家有没有什么问题？大家有没有什么？你们有去旅行吗？如果有去旅行的话，真的要好好去计划一下啦。有些地方就尽量去避免了，好不好？可是呢，我不能够否认6月7日也是蛮早了啊，因为我们今年就是我们的乙巳这个年份嘛，对不对？然后June 就是现在嘛，是这个壬午了4、5位画一个火局啊 ，July 也是啊 ，July 是我们的那个癸尾啊，也是画一个火局耶。那太多火的时候嘛，整个地球也是比较多问题。你看现在就有 riot if you are to look at America is having some kind of great riots right now, right? So really, these kind of very fire-strong months will bring about protests, rioting, different kinds of natural disasters and man-made disasters. Likewise, so hopefully we all will stay safe within these 2 months. If you want to travel, I will advise try to travel north this month. Traveling north this month is still right. Because this month, right, which is having the star number 3, right, this month of the 壬午, yeah. If you want to travel this month of 壬午, some of the directions that are positive travel is okay, 貪巨祿 North is still okay. Yeah, towards the north is still okay because that's the 禄存 star. You know, 禄存 star in Zhuido, so it's more related to wealth and enjoyment. So if you are born in Singapore or you're residing in Singapore, travel to the north is still okay. And another area that is good for traveling, yeah. So I will write down the compass for those people who are not familiar with direction. A lot of Singaporeans are not familiar with directions, yeah. So this is the west, this is the east. So another area that is positive for traveling this month is more towards the west. The west is having number 9. And exactly why America is seeing a lot of protests and rioting this month is because the number 5 star is also at the east this month, in the month of June, in the month of June 2025。好，我们就能够了解啊，你看新闻嘛，现在就很多人在美国嘛，他们怎么样在 protest 嘛，对不对？是因为那个immigration law 还是什么？就是那个 Donald Trump 嘛，其实他上来了啊，整个地球都很糟糕了啊。Recently we actually see U.S. protests, right? As stated, this perhaps I will just quickly show you this piece of news just to sidetrack a little bit. But I believe this is also quite is a piece of news that is widely broadcasted, right? So let me enlarge a little bit. In June 2025, the United States has seen a surge in nationwide protests in response to Trump administration's aggressive immigration enforcement actions, particularly large-scale raids by immigration and custom enforcement, and the development of federal and military forces in major cities. The catalyst was a series of coordinate. Sorry about the right. So I just press coordinate. Wait that. Raids in Los Angeles on June 6, which resulted in dozens of arrests and immediate public outcry. The federal response escalated with President Trump deploying thousands of National Guard troops and Marines to Los Angeles, a move widely criticized by state and local officials as an overreach of federal authority. 好，那这个就是很明显啊，美国现在就很大的问题，对不对？美国就是在中国的东面的嘛，美国就在中国的东面嘛，好，所以呢，也是一样，在我们这个月的玄空飞星里面能够看得到啊。It is likewise due to the fact that in the month of June 2025, the number 5 star right here, which is also a negative star. Number 5 and the number 2 stars are the most negative stars in the Xuan Kong Flying Stars of system of analysis. 5 is called the 5 yellow. 5王永远都是代表病痛啊，也是是非啊，官司啊，那种罪恶啊，总之啊，天灾人祸啊，这种也是5这个星来代表的。5 is also related to legal dispute, battlings between people, warfare, disasters, death, etc. Right? 5 is a very negative star, and is at the east, which is America. Right? If we look at China as the Middle Kingdom, east direction is America, and is exactly having a lot of rioting right now. You know. And even the National Guard troops and Marines were deployed to Los Angeles to crack down the protests. So Xuan Kong Flying Star does has its practical value. You must use it for your own good. Check your calendar every day. Some lunar calendar actually has the Xuan Kong Flying Star chart within, which you can look into it for daily planning, like which direction you should go. If you are someone who travels very often, Xuan Kong Flying Star is very, very useful for you. Or often need to go out, of your house to meet different clients. You likewise can, leave your house, and the first thing you do, right, walk towards the best direction first. That will actually increase your positive energy for the rest of the day. All right. So hopefully you guys will take good care and plan carefully when you travel this year. Any questions from any viewers? If no questions, yeah, we just call it a day. So today I actually conducted two live broadcasts because I don't want the topics to be overlapped. But I once again is just trying to prove the point that all these ancient wisdom do have practical values in our modern living, and if we are able to leverage upon them, for the betterment of our lives, it will help us to have better well-being, both physically, mentally, and also in terms of our lifestyle and quality of living. Yep. So thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the next live video. Bye bye.